Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And it's your host, Mike Spider Slayer. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about X-Men issue 5, I guess, chapter 3, Battle of the Atom. So the first two issues of Battle of the Atom were fantastic. Totally a surprise right out of the box. So now we go into the second week of this, and we go into the next chapter, and now there's a lot of issues. There's a lot that has to do with this particular story. So does the story hold up? Because there's 10 parts in this altogether. So that's a concern that I have. Looking at the cover, you see that the cover is a little bit smaller because of the banner here, but it's kind of cool. It's really simplistic. Past Jean Grey with past Cyclops, using their powers, kind of like a classic type of X-Men feel art to it. This particular issue is written by Brian Wood, and our artist here is David Lopez. Now, the artwork in this particular issue I felt was not as desirable as past issues. Now, it wasn't horrible, but I thought at times it was lazy. I thought it lacked in certain facial expressions here, and at times there wasn't even a face on our characters. And I'll give you an example here if I can find it. Right here, when Professor Xavier is coming off the ship and older Kitty Pryde, you can see that here that they don't have any faces. Even in the issue further along, we get to see that there's no faces in another character as well, and I think it's even more noticeable because it's a closer pictures here too with Storm and Rogue. Here that there's no faces as well, and I think I always consider that lazy type of art, and I didn't enjoy the art as much as the last issue. Now the story, on the other hand, was good, but it wasn't great. I felt it was obviously kind of fillerish, but they gotta move the story along a little bit. Um, I thought it was just dragged on a little bit. Here in the beginning of the issue, we get to see, at the end of the last issue, we saw Jean Grey from the future, and she's alive and well. But she's very old, and her powers have grown significantly, and we find out why she wears the mask in the issue. You get to see Jubilee in this issue with her baby Shogo, which, okay, I wasn't too infatuated like with that. But I did like the humor in here when it came to Bobby Drake and his future self, Iceman. That was really interesting to see. But Jean Grey and Cyclops are on the run here. They don't want to go back to the past. They want to stay right here in the future. So the whole time they are kind of on the run, running from our X-Men. And you get to see a little nice relationship development between these two when they're trying to get new clothes on, and you see that their relationship is starting to grow, and you feel that Cyclops has a true love here for Jean. But as the issue goes along, we get to see a little bit more character development and dialogue between Rachel Gray and Kitty Pryde, which was nice to see, disobeying the X-Men's orders. And you get to see Jean Grey actually use her powers here to track the X-Men. And you could see she gets stressed, it seems like, when she uses these powers, but it seems like she's very powerful. The past Jean Grey tries to defend off the other X-Men from coming, but that is an epic failure because then they wind up all bickering against each other and doing this battle or whatnot. So finally, after you see this whole issue of them running away, you find out that they come across some specific help at the end of the issue. And I'm not going to spoil that for you. You need to read that last page at least for yourself. But they come across this help that I didn't expect they would call for. So what these people have to do for them, I don't know, is yet to be determined. But it was a really, it was a fun issue. It was good, but in a way it was kind of fillerish. I thought it was a little bit dragged on of them running away from the X-Men. Not too much happened until that last page, but you did get to see some good character development here between Jean and Cyclops of the past, making you feel like, okay, they're still going to wind up together anyway. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens in issue 4. Not jaw-dropping like the second or first issue, because they got to obviously progress the story in some way. I just felt that this was a little just went on a little longer than it should have. But it will be interesting to see what happens in chapter 4 now when they meet up with the people that Jean called. So we'll see where it goes. Again, hopefully, I hope it doesn't drop back because it's so lengthy. But I still have great optimism, and it still was a fun read. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. So guys, you give me your comments below. Did you think this one was as good as the previous two? Are you still excited about the series? Again, let me know in the comments below. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.